This is Bum Notes.
My name is Austin Bovis, and today on this very first episode, we are joined with the man, the myth, the legend, the icon, the one and only Mr. Raghu Dixit. Who could not be here due to severe budget cuts. However, we are joined with some local boys. So, as you guys are a really good rock act, you all are one of the best in India.
Thank you.
And who's the one on the lead guitars who also does the vocals?
His name's Narsim.
Narsim. Wait,
His name's Narsim. He plays.
isn't
the
he
guitar.
Sriram? Wait, aren't you guys cracked?
No, we're not scared.
They're not scrapped. Then who are these guys? So guys, you all are called D's Kitchen. Why is it D's Kitchen? What I mean, I understand you guys are grading the music. I think it's at least a B plus.
Thank you.
Okay, but why? What is this D's Kitchen?
Our first bass player, 001 out of 008 bass players.
You had 8 bass players.
We had 8 bass.
And you settled for him.
This is the 8th, right?
He's number 8.
He stayed
Eighth
the
time
longest.
lucky. Yeah.
He stayed the longest with us.
He has stayed the longest. And we're a 5-year-old band, so I can imagine how interesting our relationships were
But
with the previous
he's number
7.
8.
He is number 8, yeah.
You know in Housey number 8 is one fat lady. So,
Great.
why D's Kitchen? What's the origin story?
Anyway, so our first bass player was listening to this weird jazz song called D's Living Room. So he randomly approached us the next day and then he's like, hey guys, we should be called D's Kitchen. And then we said yes.
And D's Kitchen one, like no other part of the house.
No. So oddly enough, later on, people used to ask what the D stood for, and people thought D stood for devil.
Yeah, Devil's Kitchen.
Devil's Kitchen.
That actually sounds much better. But why kitchen? Do any of you cook?
And he does, yeah.
You cook?
He bribed his way into the band with food, yes.
I mean, I know he eats, but do you cook?
He does cook.
There's a difference.
Cooks.
Well, there's a reason why we haven't seen food ever from him, because he's cooked it and he's eaten himself.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, so how did you make D's Kitchen and the letter D relate to rock music? That's the genre that you guys go with, right? How did that happen?
It wasn't a conscious decision or anything. Like, we just found that that's what we were all good at together, even though that's not what we listen to individually.
What do you listen to?
He listens to progressive rock and
Backstreet
Boys.
A
Yeah,
lot of
lot of Backstreet Boys.
A lot of Backstreet Boys.
Huge boy band fan. Narsim likes blues and R&B.
Closet Britney Spears fan.
Closet Britney Spears fan. Uncloseted Justin Timberlake fan. Love the guy.
And it somehow ended up in rock and roll.
Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake.
What else was big in the 90s?
Like we couldn't get anybody else.
In the battle of life, Vibe of the lead guitarist of D's Kitchen chose music over his exams. Talk about following your passion. Even though the band has had a number of bass players, Madhu, the drummer of the band, has always been able to play along with each of them. Talk about being a consistent drummer.
What are your best moments on stage?
Well, our best moment on stage was we were playing at this thing called Garage Jam, which is just like a free gig that happened literally in a garage.
I mean, that's all your gigs are free, but go
Sure.
on.
So there was this one guy who was the entirety of the crowd. It was one man. He was an auto driver. He had just come off the street.
You played
to
for
watch
an
us.
auto driver.
Yes, one auto driver. Yeah.
An auto driver.
Yes. An auto driver.
So, how did you feel playing for like biggest crowd that you had?
Exactly. So we felt really good because his dance moves were like a sight to behold. He was like doing
Okay.
kung fu kicks and
Okay.
like a lot of like weird Bruce Lee
Okay.
stuff. And for us, it was the most fun we had ever had.
I was hoping for a good story. And okay, so besides playing the music that you play, what is the worst thing that happens on stage?
That would be him getting a seizure.
I don't
Calicut.
really remember. So apparently, and they can back me up on this, I had a seizure on stage when we were setting up for a show. At,
In Calicut. Yep.
Okay.
And he had a seizure, and ever since then, we've changed his name to Julius Seizure.
Julius Caesar.
Julius
is my contact
Caesar.
name
Julius
on any
Seizure
of
is
my
his name on all our phones now.
So, Bollywood is completely booming right now. Bollywood music in the Indian music scene. Where do you guys see yourself?
I don't think that Bollywood is particularly booming right now.
Then
Bollywood's
like more than
always
ever
been
has.
booming.
Okay.
Bollywood has always been booming
Yeah.
in the scene.
Okay.
Like Bollywood adopts
Yeah.
the biggest trend in music at the time.
But
That's
don't
why
you think
Gully
that's
rap is
happening
big.
in a lot more venues than what you guys are playing?
Yes, it is, but that's because people have more access to venues than they had 20 years back. There are more venues, right? So
But
maybe
you guys are still playing one show a year.
that's right. Our time will come. Every trend has its cycle. Eventually, it become 1.5 shows a year.
1.5.
1.5 if we're lucky. Two auto drivers.
I mean, it can become 2 if you don't have a
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
show. So that brings me to the next question. Do you think promoting your band is more important than the quality of music that you play? Because this holds good for a lot of bands.
That's true. It depends on how you
Lot of
define
bands.
yourself as a band. If you want to chase fame and all that stuff, promotion is important. If you want to be musicians, then music's important.
I feel a perfect mix of the two is where
Yep. There is no getting away from the fact that promotion is important.
Okay.
You do need a lot of marketing because there are just so many options for people to listen to so many different bands today. But at the end of the day, I feel like in the long run, your music will play an important role
Fair enough.
in capturing an audience.
Brings me to my last question for this segment. Is Nipun really needed? Alright guys, now we're going to move into the more serious segment of this show. And because we are called Bum Notes, we're going to add a drinking game into it. Are you boys ready? The drinking game is very simple. See boys, I have written down a very specific word. You all don't know what this word is, but I will now show this word to the cameras. Every time you all use this word, you all have to take a giant sip. Cool. Alright, are you ready? So the first question that I want you guys to think on this, but not for too long. What do you think about English music, and is it growing in India?
It's definitely growing because of the way it's been scaling up in the country with like all these big production backed acts like playing all around the country with like
Look, simple
college
answer,
shows.
streaming services, easy accessibility, it is definitely growing. There's a
Wasn't
lot
that
more people
easy?
listening.
Wasn't that simpler? I mean, that's like, I mean, what is he? What is he in the band?
The bass player.
All of you drink.
Oh, come on, is that the word? Are you serious?
Come on, drink, everybody.
Okay, let's go.
Drink. Arsen, you're not drinking?
He does not drink alcohol.
Somebody's got to take his drink.
He's
I
not the
take it. I volunteer to take his drinks.
Alright?
Wait, you don't drink?
Now, that's not the only part of it, by the way. There's more. There's another word.
There are other words? Oh my god.
What do you think about ticketing events and also fixed deals? Do you think that if it is ticketed, the bands would do a lot better?
To have like a ticketed event, you need to be a band that can pull in like a certain amount of crowd. Otherwise, you don't profit from it. So if you're a small band, I feel like landed deals are like a little bit easier to.
So it helps a newer band to get better.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
did you guys have it that easy?
Definitely not in the
So
beginning.
don't you think that new bands should have it a little more difficult? Like that's a good filtering system, right?
It's a good filtering system in a scene where there are enough bands to be filtered.
So what about these venues? Where do you think you have a good, like a pull, if you would say?
For us?
Yeah.
Pune without
Pune.
doubt.
Bangalore,
Where have you played
Pune.
in Pune?
Just high spirits.
High spirits. Oh,
Drink,
so
boys.
Oh, come on.
Drink.
Are you serious?
Drink.
Nipun Narayan has been the bass player and the backing vocals for Dee's Kitchen. Before this, he was the marketing manager for a brewery in Bangalore. This gave him the golden tongue for beer and also an insight into marketing strategies, which he uses for the band. Being cheerful and happy are just some of his attributes, but the ability to tell a story through a song and his unique vocal range are exactly what made Rohit the lead vocalist of Dee's Kitchen. Learning music from a very young age, Narsim on the keyboard was exactly the last piece of the puzzle that Dee's Kitchen needed to be the band that they are today.
Alright guys, this brings us to the final segment of this beautiful show. This is the lightning round. I'm going to ask you a series of questions. You guys have to pick. Are you ready?
Sure.
I think so.
Let's do this.
Fandom or High Spirits?
Fandom.
Both.
Foo Fighters or Alice in Chains?
Foo Fighters.
Oh fuck no, both. I have both their tattoos. Both.
He literally has both their tattoos on his arms.
Beer or vodka?
Beer.
Vodka.
Beer. For sure.
Why do you
beer.
guys drink vodka?
Cause
Why do
Never
you
mind.
drink beer?
Alright, let's go.
Beer.
Let's go with the Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Beatles.
fuck both.
Beatles for sure.
Man, make up your mind.
Both. I'm
The
sorry.
Rolling Stones don't have hits.
Okay,
Beatles have
shut the
hits.
fuck
now we're gonna go with something very difficult. Dogs or cats?
Cats.
Dogs.
Both.
Scrat or all the fat children?
Both of them.
Both.
Dee's Kitchen.
F16. D. What?
Dee's Kitchen. Who's that?
Alright. Last question. Is Nipun really needed?
No. What?